What's going on, guys? Dave here, Anthem Off-Road Wheels. I am here with my friend Biggs from Custom Offsets. Biggs, tell us who you are. What do you do?
What's going on, guys? My name is Luke Austin, but I have acquired the name Biggs for whatever reason. I really can't answer it to this day, but I'm actually a videographer for Custom Offsets, so what we're doing right now is kind of up my alley. So yeah. I like to appear.
Nice.
I like to appear in videos every now and then when they let me take the spotlight, but that's about it. Yep.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, thanks for doing this. I am down in Texas. I'm a veteran, so I've got my household goods all packed up, and my house is just a constant echo. But man, I appreciate the flexibility in you doing this with us.
Yep, that's awesome.
Hey, so before we talk about trucks, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
For sure, yes. I can get down with some pineapple on pizza.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I am sausage and pineapple all the time. That's my go-to pizza.
Awesome. Oh, dude, yeah, that sounds so good.
All right, so let's take a look at three vehicles. So these are vehicles that are uploaded to the Anthem Wheels gallery, so anthemwheels.com/ad. And anybody who wants to have their vehicle featured in one of these videos, go ahead, check it out, anthemwheels.com/ad, and we will get your vehicle in one of our upcoming Rate Your Rides. So the very first one we're looking at right now is a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport. This one's running our Anthem Equalizer 20x12 -44 offset on those Explora MTs 38 by 13.5 on a 6-inch lift. Those are some big boys. Man, what stands out? What do you see immediately when you're looking at this Jeep?
It's a Jeep. I mean, it's one of those things where if you have a Jeep and you're not running an Anthem off-road or an off-road type wheel, I kind of question why you bought the Jeep, to be honest with you. I just like that when people throw an off-road wheel on a vehicle that's supposed to be off-roaded, or that's like their whole vision, it definitely fits, you know, the whole entire build, like what it should be. And it's a Jeep thing. It's cool that he's running a 6-inch lift with 13.5. So I mean, that's pretty insane. I know that if I want to run a tire setup that big on my 2014 F-150, I'm gonna have to either saw off my front bumper or make it way too big. So, but yeah, this is a sweet looking, you know, well thought out, well planned, simple daily driver off-roading type weekend Jeep. So yeah.
Yeah, so this one, it's as you talked about the rubbing and the trimming and all of that, this Jeep has no rubbing, no scrubbing, didn't have to do any trimming to get this wheel and tire package to fit.
That's wild.
And I mean, it is running the Fox ATS steering stabilizer, some Synergy Sector shaft brace, and then everything powder coated to match, which I think was really interesting because when I clicked through the first few pictures,
yep.
You know, and I saw the stabilizers and everything else powder coated, I'm like, there is no way that they take this Jeep off-road.
Yeah.
But keep clicking, right?
Yep, keep clicking, and then there it is. It's being used for what it's meant to be used for, I think, personally.
This is a killer setup, and I love it when people are not afraid to use their vehicles.
Right.
Man, this is it.
It's one of those things, too, like this, he definitely has some money into powder coating the suspension parts, and then the whole underbody, you know, panels, or I honestly am not familiar with that, but just like when you put all that money into it, taking it off-roading would probably be I'd be a little skeptical to do that, but like, I mean, that's cool that he's like, hey, you know, it's nice, but I can also use it the way it should be used.
So, gosh, I think if I were to pick out one thing that I don't like, and it's not in all of the pictures, so I don't know if it's a recent mod or an old mod, I can't get down with the angry eyes on any Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah, I think it's one of those cheap mods that you can throw on there and give it a little more personality, a little character for yourself. But I mean, if you're going with the halos like he did here, I think if you ditch that, it's still gonna give it that mean and aggressive look that I think that he's trying to achieve. So yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful truck, beautiful rig. I think I'm ready to rate it. Are you ready to rock?
I believe so.
All right. So ready? 3, 2, 1, 8.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
This is it's just nice.
It is.
And I think what for me anyway, what really took me from a 7 to an 8 is those pictures with the mud on the tires.
Yes.
They are not afraid to use it.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think that, you know, this guy, he made the decision to go with an Anthem off-road, that's your whole entire, you know, persona. And, you know, he really tied it to this build pretty well. The only reason I gave it an 8 is because I don't know how big of a Jeep guy I am. As much as I've looked at them, I wanted to purchase them. I think that, you know, I just know that I would never use it for what it's meant to be used for. So for me to go out and buy a Jeep, it's just not practical for me. So I think just with that being said, that's kind of why I gave it the score I gave it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can absolutely see that. All right, so let's roll forward. The next vehicle that we are looking at is a 2015 Ford F-250 Super Duty on a set. Now he's got it listed as our Anthem Avengers. These are actually the Anthem Aviators, 20 by 12, -44 on a set of Michelin's 385/85 on a 10-inch Fabtech suspension. So before we go any further, I want to mention, right, so the Aviator is one of our legacy models. So the Aviator, the Commander, the Enforcer, and the Defender, those are all discontinued wheels. So if you see them anywhere on the website, man, jump on them quick, because if you want that wheel, once they're gone, they are gone. So if you are in love with that design, take advantage of it while they're out there right now. Let's see. So he is running that Fabtech suspension, man. 10 inches of lift gives him no rubbing and no scrubbing. These fit, man. This is a killer rig. And you know, with the tires this big, it doesn't even look like a 10-inch lift.
Yeah, it doesn't. It fills up that wheel well pretty well. And that's like the biggest thing for me is, you know, being around builds now. It's I'm not a big fan of, you know, leaving the wheel wells empty. Like, try to put the biggest wheel and tire package in there just to fill up that space, just because I think it looks better. And he definitely did that here.
All right, so I think one of the things that I like most about this truck is that perfect balance of white and black, right? Like, you see a lot of white trucks, they go completely white,
yeah,
and you get nothing. But this truck has a good flow all the way from that front bumper, the wheel and tire package so big, and keeping the mirrors black and the door handles black. I really like the way this looks.
I don't know how much of a fan of it I am, to be honest with you, but for what it is and how big it is, and, you know, the wheel and tire package that he chose for it, it definitely fits the build. It's not some obnoxious, like, oh, my truck's 10 inches, let's throw some, you know, straight chrome wheels on there or something like that. But yeah, I like what he did with it for what it is. And it looks like he might be like a farmer or something, if I would have to guess, just with the tank in the back. And so, again, he uses his truck. So, yeah, he has that wheel protection with those big tires, and also has that big truck look.
Cool, I think I'm ready to rate it. You ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Cool, all right, 3, 2, 1,
7.
8. Wow, so I think 8 is the highest score that I've ever given to a Ford truck. I am a Chevy guy through and through.
See, I'm the exact opposite.
These tires just get it for me. These things are beautiful.
Yeah, the reason I went with the 7 is because I really want to do a build on this truck, like this same body style, same year. And just knowing what I want to do to the one, if I get one, is going to be totally different to this. And I think that, I don't know, it's just not screaming me as much as I want it to. I just think that if I was going to do a build like this, I wouldn't go as high with it. But other than that, I think the wheel and tires choice and the way it looks on this truck definitely is what it should be.
Yeah, I think if there was one thing that I could change on this build, it would be to put on an aftermarket rear bumper.
Okay.
That front bumper looks so pre-runner, aggressive, and just really flows with the truck. And then you get to the tailgate and it's a stock bumper.
Right, yeah, no, that would be it would probably freshen this thing up even more than, it looks clean, and that would definitely tie everything into each other, for sure.
Very cool. All right, so last one.
Awesome.
Last truck is a 2019 Ram 1500 running a set of our Anthem Avengers 20x12 -44 on a set of Ridge Grapplers 33 12.5 on a 3.5 inch Ready Lift suspension. And if I remember, so some minor plastic trimming, but no rubbing. He got rid of all of that rubbing and scrubbing at full turn.
Yeah.
That 3.5 inch kit really helped out a lot. This guy, coincidentally, I ran into him at the gas station just the other day.
Oh, that's awesome.
He saw my truck, so I've got that red and white kind of old school Blazer style.
Yep.
And he saw my truck and he chased me down. Man, George is a really cool dude, and this truck looks great in pictures and even better in person.
Yeah, I think that goes, unnoticed sometimes when we're getting on here rating the truck is how clean they actually are and how well they actually look in person. Pictures usually don't do things justice for me anyway, because I know seeing some trucks already here that I saw in pictures, it's like, oh, that's not that big, until you get next to it and it's like, oh, that thing is huge. So I definitely get where you're coming from in that aspect of, seeing it in person is definitely always better.
Yeah, absolutely. And so many little accents on this truck. Like when you look at his grill, and you can see that he's got that blue line American flag put into the Ram, not just the license plate, but actually into the Ram.
Yeah.
And then he's got those rough country grill insert lights. Man, just lots of little details really pull this entire truck together.
Yeah. I do definitely like the logo in the front with that. I also like how he hid that. I'm assuming that's OEM grill, and then he put those in there. I know that light bars and those type of things are kind of going out of style in the show scene. The off-road scene, they're still there, but I think people are starting to really figure out ways to hide them and, tie them into their truck instead of those big things just sticking out. And that's why that looks so good there, I think.
Yeah, it really complements the Ram design.
Yes.
Ram did a great job with this truck, and it's not big, it's not obnoxious, it just flows really, really well.
For sure.
But I think I am ready to rate this truck.
I am too.
Cool. So 3, 2, 1, 9.
Yeah.
Man, it's I love it. I do. This is a great looking truck.
Yeah, and I'm definitely a Ford guy through and through. Just grew up with Fords. That's just my thing. But I got the opportunity to ride in one of these the other day. This is a 5th gen. So, and just the interiors on those as well. Just incredible build. They really outdid themselves with this body style. And, if I was to jump ship from a Ford, I'd definitely probably look into to getting a Ram. So I like what he did with this build.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful truck. I don't know that I would change anything on it. I say keep it exactly the way it is. Maybe, again, same thing. You've got that aftermarket bumper on the front.
Yep.
Finish off the back, put on an aftermarket bumper, and you're good. Truck is perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Biggs, I got to tell you, man, I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to rate some rides with your Anthem family, man. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So you told us that you're a Ford guy. Tell us a little bit about your truck. What do you drive? What do you have on it?
So right now I drive a 2014 F-150. I actually am at stock height right now running the 20x10 Vipers with a 33 12.5 Arturo Trailblade.
Nice.
So
man, those Vipers are such an aggressive off-road wheel, man.
Yeah.
Our design team did an amazing job with that package.
Yeah, I really like the look of them on my truck. I definitely am going to be looking to maybe getting some different ones because I do want to go bigger at some point. and I'm just tossing around some ideas on what I want to do with it, and maybe off-roading style, kind of that's more my style. I like to bow fish, I like to, you know, fish, I like the outdoors, and I want to get more into that, and I think having a truck to be able to, you know, do those fun activities with would really, you know, be a lot better. So
yeah, absolutely. So as you're telling me about your truck, I just looked it up inside our gallery right now, man.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you that the Trailblade XT, I think, was the perfect choice for this wheel and tire package. Man, the sidewall on those XTs really flow perfectly with the Viper. And hey, surprise, let's rate your truck right now. I know we didn't have you prepped for this one. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
all right,
All right?
I got some big plans for it, so it's going to be hard to give it a good score right now.
All right, we'll rate it as is and as fair as possible.
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
8.
8.
Yep.
The only thing I would change, maybe, you know, a 3.5 inch to 4 inch lift kit,
Yep.
and then a little bit bigger tires. But man, I think this is a beautiful rig, exactly how you have it set up.
Yeah, I actually just got my windows tinted recently, so it definitely is, you know, it makes it, I think it looks a little more aggressive, so I like the path that it's going down, but there's still a lot of work that I want to do to it, but yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. You built a beautiful truck. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this Anthem Rate Your Rides. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to have your vehicle featured in an upcoming Anthem Rates Your Ride, drop it, anthemwheels.com/ad, and then leave a comment inside this video so we know exactly which vehicle to look up when we're preparing for the next Rate Your Ride video.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
We're out.